What's going on, guys? So in this video we're going to be discussing a very specific genre of fragrances. Stuff that is a bit more tropical, reminds me of being by the beach, basically great fragrances to take on vacation with you because a lot of people like to take beach vacations this time of year. As we're here at the beginning of July, it's beachside, poolside season, especially on the coastline all across this country. So in this video I've narrowed it down to 10 of my personal favorites. Some of these are newer to the collection. Some I even only have decants of, but I plan on getting a bottle at some point anyways. But vacation in a bottle type of stuff, they put me in that headspace, and this is the kind of stuff I take with me when I go to Florida, when I go to Galveston, when I go to Biloxi Beach, and so on. So let's talk about them. Stay tuned. Starting with one of the best cheap tropical fragrances money can buy, in my personal opinion, that being Tommy Bahama Set Sail St. Barts. Never a bad time for this one. This is basically Margarita on the rocks. This is good stuff. Lime, sea salt, tequila. Actually, for an eau de cologne, decent performer. 5 to 6 hour kind of fragrance. Nothing real heavy after about an hour, hour and a half. It really calms down and sits a lot closer to the skin, but I smell it still floating in the air. This is good stuff, especially for 20 bucks. You can find this for 20 bucks at the rack stores, Nordstrom racks. They pop up at Marshall's, Ross Dress for Less, TJ Maxx, places like that. Don't pay 30 for this one because it's in too many places at 20 bucks. Kind of almost a must for me personally when it comes to taking beach vacations, weekend getaways, or whatever. When we're going to be by the beach, this one just screams that type of vibe. Like I said, it smells like a margarita on the rocks. Very, very tropical, beautiful fragrance that's very cheap. It's Tommy Bahama Set Sail St. Barts. One that's a bit newer to my collection and actually is the fragrance that sparked this video idea in the first place, because the day this video goes live, it's actually slated to be my scent of the day. It's from Scent Journey Fragrances. It's called Cocktails and Catamarans. This is basically a beast mode fragrance that smells like a pina colada B. So it's a monster in performance, guys. It's, I believe, like a 20% oil EDP. Yes, 20% concentration EDP, but it projects like an eau de cologne, bright, loud, super fresh and airy, but has some serious staying power with a pretty dense sillage. It overpowered those sprays of St. Barts that's floating in the air. There's a bunch of citruses, there's fruits, there's pineapple, there's melon, there's a little bit of ambroxan that really helps give it that push and that oomph. Coconut, there's this colada type of creaminess. It's, like I said, it starts off bright, citry, full of aldehydes, watery and aquatic. This is tiki bar by the beach type of fragrance. This, more so than any other fragrance in this video, damn near, is sitting at the bar beachside. That's what this is. It smells like a tropical fruity drink. It smells like a damn pina colada for the most part, with, you know, this beautiful bowl of fresh sliced fruits of pineapple, apples, oranges, lime, all these types of fresh citruses and fruits sitting right there in front of you. And like I said, it's a monster in performance. It's $100 for this 50 ml. And honestly, I believe it's worth it. It's definitely worth at least getting a sample of. You can get samples from their website, at Scent Journey Fragrances on Instagram. And I'll have their link to their website down below. I want to say it's the same name, scentjourneyfragrances.com. But they have more fragrances on the way. And if they're half as good as this one, I can't wait to try them. They have 3 more fragrances coming, I believe. And they're definitely worth a sample if you're looking for just that one super tropical, by the beach, having a tropical drink type of fragrance. This screams it. This is the epitome of it. And I highly doubt anybody will think anything else when they smell it. It's very specific. This is super vacation in a bottle, probably more so than some of the other fragrances you may think of. Scent Journey Fragrances, Cocktails and Catamarans. Speaking of one of those fragrances you may be thinking of vacation in a bottle, this is one of the ones I only have a decant of. I got from Scent Door recently. This is a 10 ml of Creed's Virgin Island Water. You can never go wrong with this beautiful fragrance. Beautiful lime coconut, a little bit of sea salt. It's airy, it's breezy, it's a Caribbean lime. Definitely a beach vacation type of fragrance for sure. You can't have this video without this scent profile, in my personal opinion. One I had a very small decant of many years ago, well, at least a few years ago, and I finally have another decent amount. I have 10 ml of it in my possession, so it's going to take me quite a while to go through that. This is one that I would like to get a bottle at some point. I know people say it doesn't perform like it used to and it's weak and yada yada. I don't buy fragrances based on performance. I buy them based on the scent, and this is gorgeous. And the little bit I've spent with this decant so far, it's lasted about 5 or 6 hours on my skin. And for the mega fresh, beautiful coconut fragrance that it is on my, coming off of my skin, 5 to 6 hours, I'm good with that. Even at the price point it goes for, because you're paying for an olfactory experience. You're paying for the scent profile. And that's the case here, because this is kind of one of the poster children for this type of fragrance. It is beach vacation in a bottle. It's super tropical. Anytime you have heavy coconut and citruses, that's usually going to be the case. Sometimes it'll come across as sunscreen. Sometimes it'll come across more as a pina colada. And depending on how it's mixed, this has some beautiful sugarcane sugariness to it with this warm rum. So it has a lot of character, a lot of depth, and is one of a kind. Heavily replicated, but as far as the original scent profile, it's one of a kind. Definitely a beach fragrance in a bottle. This is my decant of Creed's Virgin Island Water. One that you don't see too many people talk about. It's aquatic, it's fruity, it's juicy and soapy. It's got this breezy feel to it while still being rich. This definitely puts me on vacation when I smell it. This is one you may not be expecting. This is Molinard Figue. I got this one last year, and I almost forgot I had it this summer, and I need to put it in my rotation, because this is one of the best fig-based fragrances I've ever smelled that has those sea notes, marine notes in it, that gives it this heavy oceanic aquatic feel. There's a little bit of tart fruitiness here. There's some bright citrus. There's a really breezy, airy feel to this fragrance, but it's still very grounded and has some density and not super strong staying power, but average performance overall. Quality scent that can be found for a really good price. I paid 40 some odd dollars from Kingdom Fragrances for this last year, and I don't know if they still have it in stock, but most places online you can find it in that 40 to 50, maybe closer to $60 range, and what you're getting for your money is pretty damn hard to beat. Not the most tropical of scents, but definitely gives me that beach vibe, that even more so sitting by the pool having a drink. More so than even being by the beach, but definitely a vacation type of scent for me that's newer to the collection, that I haven't spent a ton of time with, that I do enjoy every single time I spray it, whether in the air, on a test strip, or on skin. Get your nose on this one. Kind of a unaverage pick, if you will. Shout out to my boy Unaverage Joe. That being Molinard Figue. Another one that I ordered a bottle of, I only have a decant still, and they finally tell me after 2 weeks on why it didn't process, that there was an error in my address, so I had to reorder it, so I have the bottle coming once again. We are talking about Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Beau Le Parfum. This is my decant. You can see that decant continuing to drop. I do one spray almost on a nightly basis on my wrist. I love this fragrance. It is a beautiful pineapple coconut, fresh soapy type of feel from the iris that's in here. It's not a heavy iris smell. It's a little touch of a soapy floral feel. It's bright, fresh, and green. It's juicy from the pineapple. Gives this fruity aspect. You do pick up the coconut without it having that sunscreen smell. Settles into more of a tonka bean base. Has this sweetness. It's powdery. It has a bunch of staying power. It's relatively loud. I really like this fragrance. This was love at first sniff, and that's why I wanted to secure a bottle. I mean, I'm paying close to retail for the bottle because I had to hunt down a bottle immediately. No, I have not tried the original Le Beau. I do plan on blind buying that sooner rather than later, because I've heard of it. It's kind of even better in many ways than the Le Parfum, which, if it's better than this, for as much as I love this, I'm going to need that fragrance too. But for those of you that haven't tried it, it's a newer release from this year, 2022. Definitely find a sample, get a decant somewhere. For example, mine came from mycustomscent.com. If I could get it to focus. There we go. From mycustomscent.com. They do have Le Beau Parfum if you want to try it. Like I said, you see this decant dropping in juice level, and I'm telling you the lengths I'm going through to try to get my hands on a bottle. It smells that good to me. Super tropical, dinner, evenings out on your beach vacation type of fragrance. That's where I'm seeing this best suited for me personally, is in the evenings, where I still want that tropical fruity vibe, but I want some more, sweeter nuances, maybe a little bit more powder, some more depth to it. This is that summer beach vacation evening scent for me. Again, that's Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Beau Parfum. Sitting by the pool, having a nice glass of lemonade, maybe eating some oranges. Mercedes-Benz Cologne. Not the easiest thing to find these days. It pops up sporadically from discounters. People jump on them whenever they do pop up. This is one that had to be in this video. One of my favorite citrus bomb fragrances that is just summertime vacation, whether poolside, whether beachside, whether going to an amusement park, water park type of stuff. Yes, I even wear a fragrance for stuff like that, even though it's going to wash off. Before I leave the house, I spray something. Anytime it's going to be just hot as hell and I'm going to be sweating like crazy, a fragrance like Mercedes-Benz Cologne does the trick. This is an ideal fragrance to have with you on your summer vacation. Whether it's in the tropics, whether it's by the beach, going to a resort, whatever have you, this will do the trick. And it's very unisex. You and everyone with you, whether male, female, or otherwise, can enjoy this fragrance. It's not an overtly masculine fragrance by any means. Doesn't lean feminine either. It's just a blast of oranges and grapefruit. It's got this lemonade smell, kind of like Dior Homme Cologne, but has the added orange notes to it. A little clean and musky, doesn't change a whole lot. You're just going to smell like you squirted citruses all over you. Lemon, grapefruit, and orange. Just cutting it open and just, squirting the fruit on your neck. It's pretty much what this smells like to me. A great summertime beach vacation fragrance, in my opinion. Mercedes-Benz Cologne. Basically, Icy Frozen Pineapple. This year's summertime release from Authenticity Perfumes. Summer Vibes 4.0. Another one of those poster children for this particular topic because it is so tropical. There's some marine notes that provide a little bit of an aquatic feel as the minty pineapple smell starts to settle down, which it never goes away, honestly, and you settle into these marine notes and this clean musk. This is beautiful. This is going to the islands. Juicy. Super mega juicy frosted pineapple. They have a frozen mint leaves note or accord that goes with this pineapple that is dominant in this fragrance. And like I said, the other two things I smell are those watery marine notes and that clean musk hours into it as it dries down a lot more because it's a 50% oil concentration. It does take some time to dry down. This is hands down, in my personal opinion, the best from the house. It easily overtakes Summer Vibes 2.0, the green label, as the #1 fragrance from the house for me personally. I don't know how many of you that have tried it feel the same way, but I love this stuff. It is a pineapple bomb, and a frozen pineapple bomb at that. Because most of the time when you're going to get dominating pineapple, as long as there's no darker nuances like your Creta Ventuses and stuff like that, usually it's going to be a much more tropical feel to the fragrance, fruity drinks and such. This is definitely the case. This is actual pulling sliced pineapple out of the ice chest for everybody to enjoy after, playing volleyball on the beach type of thing. It's awesome. Get a sample and try this one if you can, or check out a bottle. Summer Vibes 4.0. You'll notice coconut seems to be tied to a lot of these fragrances. Over time, I've learned to appreciate coconut more and more in fragrances, especially when it's a quality coconut fragrance. And this overshadows all of my fragrances featuring coconut because it's so much better than the rest of them with the quality of the coconut oil used and the overall scent profile. We're talking about Fleurs de Golfe. This is Cocodu Yemen. Coconut and amber. Very simplistic. I forgot the other notes. There's like 2 or 3 other notes to the fragrance, but that's mainly what you're going to smell. A little touch of wood. The ever so slightest floral tone hit, and I mean just supportive in the background, but this nice shaved coconut type of smell with this warm, rich amber, almost a bit of a boozy type of feel, but not quite. It adds a thickness. It smells so beautiful in the air right now. I wish you guys could smell this. Fleurs de Golfe is a super underrated French house, niche house, that puts out originals that are remarkable. I featured Orient Express recently in a video. That's my wife's personal favorite. It's based around lychee and florals. It is a gorgeous smelling fragrance. Same goes for Cocodu Yemen, the best coconut fragrance I've ever put my nose on. Hands down, and it's dominating coconut. It is the main player. It is the star of the show. There is no large amount of supporting notes. It's coconut and amber. It's coconut and amber done right. Definitely get yourself a sample of this. Try it. It's my favorite from the house. Cocodu Yemen from Fleurs de Golfe. So this evokes a little bit of a coconut feel, but it's based more so around creamy vanilla to really replicate being by the beach, and it does it very well. It's Juliet Has a Gun vanilla vibes. Definitely a strong beach vacation vibe here. This is more sophisticated by the beach, if that makes any sense, because the quality's there and it has this beautiful creaminess that's not too thick for the high heat. Has a little bit of a sun-drenched sunscreen type of smell, like hot and sweaty, recently applied suntan lotion, but not in a bad way, not in a, too much nauseating, screechy type of way. It's done right. The quality is there. The way it's blended is really what brings this to life. It's so beautifully done. I've mentioned this recently, how well this is blended. It's marketed for women, but technically, I can't imagine it being... I thought initially it was marketed as unisex. Somebody brought it to my attention it's marketed for women recently. Guys, you can absolutely enjoy this one. This is a must-try if you're looking for a more unique take on a sunscreen type of fragrance. That's probably the best sunscreen smelling fragrance I've ever smelled, because I normally don't like that stuff. Normally it's got to have a little faint touch of it just to help with the vibe and the overall aura and story of the fragrance. Here it straight up smells like sun-drenched suntan lotion skin with kind of a beach breeze in the backdrop. Even the gradients helps tell the story, where the sand, water, sky. You do a great job here. This is a great beach vacation type of fragrance. Performance is fantastic, especially for what it is. This is great for a night out. This is great for a casual day, even at the beach having lunch. Get your nose on this one. Don't let it be marketed for ladies. Fool you fellas. This is perfectly unisex. It's Juliet Has a Gun vanilla vibes. Last but not least, the fragrance that was voted best vacation fragrance by AskMen.com, that being Miami Tropical Seduction from City Rhythm Fragrance. This is one of the best by the beach fragrances. It is a great vacation fragrance. Very well-deserved, well-earned award. Coconut, rum, citrus. There's some earthy florals like osmanthus. It's got this sunset by the, Miami Beach type of vibe, where you have that sun-drenched skin type of smell like we were talking about with vanilla vibes, without all of that sunscreen smell. Here it's just a touch because of the coconut. You just get a little touch of it. It helps fit the vibe. Whereas this is more Miami Nights, in my opinion. I think this is a great evening out, going have drinks on your beach vacation. I think this is ideal for that. Obviously, it'll work great during the day, but I think it works even better in the evenings. This is one of those fragrances that I had in mind as more the evening-driven type of fragrance for your wardrobe on your beach vacation. It's got tropical vibes. It's got similar notes to other fragrances, which may make you think it's along those lines, like a Creed Virgin Island Water, for example. And though it has a little touch of it in there, by no means is it a lime coconut type of smell with just sugar and rum. It's actually got even more complexity and more character and more depth than Creed's Virgin Island Water, whereas that's the daytime fragrance. This is much more of an evening fragrance. Like I said, those earthy floral tones that it has really takes this fragrance to that evening side of things. Very warm and boozy, not near as sweet, not quite as fresh. 50% all concentration, so it's got that heavy wear. It'll take a beating from the heat, especially in places like Miami where it's scorching hot. The number one rated vacation fragrance by AskMen.com for a reason. City Rhythm Fragrance Miami Tropical Seduction. Well, that's the 10 that I have for you today. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. So I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. What in this video have you tried, or are you interested in trying? Do you have them already? What do you think about them? I'd love to hear what you guys think down in the comments. And until next time, I will say if you get your hands on anything from this video and you give it a spray now, pretty confident you'll thank me later. Have a good one, guys.